What is up, everybody? Laura here with Toad's Lures. Today we're going to be making some more laminates in the black and blue color. It's a very popular color for dirty water. Stick around and hang out with us. Alright guys, so I've got the Plastisol poured over there. You're going to want to do 2 different Pyrex cups of the Plastisol because we are doing laminates. So one will be blue, one will be black. We're also going to be putting flake in there, but I'll show you that in a little bit. Let's go over the molds real quick. First, we're going to be using a 5-inch Cinco, just a standard Cinco. 5 inches great. Second, we're going to be using a Ned. These are fun little lures. Third is a jerk bait, very versatile bait. Fourth, we're going to be doing a little beaver bug. These are do it molds. Let's go ahead and get this Plastisol heated up so we can get rolling here. All right, our Plastisol is heated. Let's go ahead and get it colored. First, we're going to be doing the blue. This is a Lureworks Flippin' Blue 183. So we're going to put quite a bit of this in this Plastisol as we don't want the black to shine through when we do our laminates. Let's go ahead and get this stirred up to see what it looks like. It's looking nice, but I believe we're going to need to add just a little bit more here, just to make sure that black doesn't shine through. That's looking much better, but I think I'm going to add just a few more drops for good measure and get that stirred in. Next, we're going to do the black. This is a Lureworks Black 103. So we're going to put several drops in here. With black, it does go a long way, so you don't really need to worry about putting so much in there. And that's already looking good. I use a Do It Molds Coffee Shad scent. I do have other scents as well. I mix them up. It's not always the same scent, but I do like to throw just a little bit in there. Next, we're going to do glitter. This is a Lureworks Royal Blue 0.035. I'm going to be using 1/4 of a teaspoon, and I'm going to be putting that in the black. I'm going to do a full one and then about 1/4 to 1/2 of another one, just for a little good measure. Then I'm going to be putting 0.008 of the same Royal Blue. Going to be using 1/4 teaspoon, but only about 1/2, so really about 1/8 of a teaspoon of that, just to give it some depth. And the blue, we're going to be using 0.035 black, also from Lureworks. Going to be using a full 1/4 teaspoon on that. And then also 0.008 black from Lureworks. Again, just a small amount in there just for a little bit of depth. Don't need to do too much of that, as the 0.008 does go a long way. I'm going to get all these moved, that way I don't spill them, as I am prone to doing so. Let me get these stirred up real quick. And that looks good, but I think I'm going to add some blue flake to it. I'm going to be using the 0.035 and just about 1/2 scoop of that, and then also just a little bit of that 0.008 just to give it a little bit of extra shine. And sorry for any background noise. There is some type of event going on, and there are cars driving by like crazy today. Get the black stirred up nice and good. Oh yeah, that blue looks great in there. Gonna add just a little bit more of that 0.008 for good measure. Gonna get that stirred back up and get that checked out. Yep, I'm really liking that. That is looking good. It is getting a little thicker, so we're gonna get this heated back up. All right, the Plastisol is heated back up to temp, so we're gonna go ahead and get the shot. The customer that ordered these does want the black on bottom, so as you'll see, I put the bottom on the left as that's how my molds are set up. But we're gonna go ahead and get these shot here real quick. Again, you want to put just slight pressure on these. You don't want to force it too much as you'll get flashing, but a little pressure. That way you can make sure that the cavities are filling all the way. Top off your sprues. Make sure there's a little excess there for when that Plastisol cools down. It does have some to pull from. I'm going to go ahead and put the excess back in the Pyrexes. And then we will wait to see these when they cool off. All right, let's go ahead and get our blending block cleaned out. Just gonna remove this wing nut here, pull the top off, and then you'll see both colors there. I always like to take just a little bit off of the ends of each just to make sure that we don't have any excess black or blue where it shouldn't be. Put those back in our Pyrexes. That way we can remelt, put this back together. That way we don't lose any pieces. Wing nut goes back on. And then I'm just going to set this off to the side. Next is our injector. We'll get that cleaned out. This is just a cheap injector off of eBay. So you do have to remove these screws every time you want to clean this out. It is a bit of a hassle, but for the price point, I couldn't beat it. So a little extra work doesn't harm me in any way, as I did save about $100 off of this thing. Go ahead and pop these off. These do get a little tight when they warm up, so they're not the easiest to get off there. You just kind of have to twist. I'm going to go ahead and pop those back into their coordinating Pyrexes again so we can remelt. Pop those back into place. Going to get the tops put back on. They both just snap back in, and then I will get the screws put back in. That way we don't lose those. Those screws just keep those tops from popping off when you're doing your injections. That way you don't have a mess everywhere. Got one screw put in. I'm going to put this other one in real quick. Just finger tight. I did put tape up here just because that bar was moving back and forth. So I did put tape there just to keep it spaced and kind of stuck in place there. Again, but for the price point, I couldn't beat it. This blending block did come with my dual injector. So it was kind of a buy an injector, get a free blending block, which again, can't beat. We're going to go ahead and get these clamps off and pop these molds open and take a look. First we had that Cinco. Right off the bat, the black looks great. You can see the blue flake in it. Flip it over. The blue looks great. The black's not shining through. Overall, these turned out really well. No air bubbles. I'm going to go ahead and get this popped off and set to the side. Get these hung up. A lot of people put their baits in water. I just hang mine up and let them sit overnight. Next, we're going to pop open the Ned. Oh, came out on the wrong side. That's okay. Blue looks great, just like on the Cincos. The black does not shine through. On the other side, the black looks great. You can definitely see the blue flake. I think on the blue, adding that blue flake definitely helped with those. Get this mold put back. Next we have our jerk bait. Again, the customer wanted the black on the bottom, so that's exactly what we did. Blue on the top. Those turned out really, really well. The blend looks great. no dents or air bubbles, so I'm really pleased with those. I'll get those set off to the side here real quick, as I have just a little bit different way to hang those. And last but not least, we have the little beaver bug. Black looks great, blue looks great. The tail looks the way that it should, black on one side, blue on the other. So I think our colors were the perfect density for that. But yeah, I think the customer's going to be happy. Going to get that set off to the side so it can harden the rest of the way. But thanks for tuning in. Also, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.